So this is how I headed up making this sweet, yummy looking Afang soup. That is how I started. This is my crayfish, it's blended, my seasoning cubes, Maggi and salt. This is my pounded Afang. This is my blended fresh pepper, my stock, that is my beef and pomo, my stock fish, boiled and very soft. Then my water leaf, which I've washed it already. So I added the water leaf into the pot. I don't want excess water, so I have to steam the water leaf for a very long time to dry all the water from it. As you can see, it's very dry. So I added up my seasoning cubes, which is Maggi. I added up my salt, a little pinch of salt. You know it's vegetable, so it can be so salty at times. Then I gave it a stir. After stirring it for some time, stir it so that everything will mix up properly. I don't eat Maggi somewhere. So as you can see, I gave the stir and there's no much water there. I headed up to add a little crayfish because I like my crayfish half done anyways. So I have to add a little crayfish at first, then stir it. Wow, I like stirring my food, try to mix properly. So I headed up putting my blended fresh pepper. Oh wow, this pepper is hot. This pepper is giving. I was even choking at this very point in time. So after adding my pepper, I stir it, allow it to steam for a while. After steaming, I came back, opened my pot, I gave it a stir and tested if everything is okay. As you can see, there was some stock inside because that very one was not very soft, so I added it on time for it. So this is my stock fish, my pomo, my meat, and the stock water. So it's going in at this point. Now I was inhaling the sweet and romantic aroma from my kitchen. So I put all my stock that I was cooking. I cooked everything earlier before now, so I seasoned it very well. That is one of the reasons how I added little salt. Then I gave it a stir for everything to mix properly. You know, I'm just putting in the stock for the very first time, so I need everything to mix. The sauce, the Maggi, the pepper, everything to get into the stock and the water leaf. So I mixed it for a very long time to make sure that everything was properly mixed. As you can see, there was water in the soup. The water came from the stock. So after stirring it for some time, I closed it and allowed it to steam for some time. After the steam, it came back. I still checked on it and there was still water in it. So I stirred it to make sure it wasn't burning. As you can see, it's steamy and there's little water now. I headed up adding a whole lot of palm oil. What is Afang soup without palm oil? So I added up my palm oil, I allowed it to cook for some time, then I gave it a stir. I stirred it to make sure that everything was okay. As you can see, it was really boiling. So here I opened it to check if it was what I wanted, and it was. So I gave the stir for the very last time. I have to stir this and test it. Since I added stock water and the stock into my soup, so I have to test it and be certain that everything is alright, because after this I'm not going to add anything else than my Afang leaf. So this is my pounded Afang. You can either pan your Afang or you can blend it. Some persons used to say, oh, I don't have mortar, I don't have, how will I do it? You can blend it. You can use a blender. Doing blending, add little water, or you use a manual blender or a hand blender. This small grinding engine, you can use that. You can use anyone. So anyone that is in your location you can use it. So I added up my half and I never wanted anything to remain in that plate. And I gave it a stir. Oh more, the afang was now much. I never expected it to be this much. Anyways, I have a whole lot of water leaf in there already. You know, that water leaf will now make the afang to be very, very, very soft. So I stir it. And guess what? People were like, who is killing our nose here? Who is killing our nose? And I was there stirring my soup. I gave it the proper stir. After which I covered it and came back. And this how it looks. Yummy! Ready to eat. So I stir it for the very last time. I don't like my afang to be very, very cooked. I like it half done. So I stir it after some minutes, then dropped it, and it was ready to eat. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want more, I'll still send more to it. Anyways, anybody where they hungry, come my house, come eat afang soup.